2 years ago, I did a CSS battle against Kevin Powell, and we can just forget how that ended because I may have lost terribly, but I saw your comments on that video. Your many comments asking me to challenge everyone's favorite gorgeous friend on the internet, Dev Ed, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Hey there, my gorgeous friends on the internet. You already know who it is. Today is the day I've taken Kyle down, or should I say Web Dev Simplified? Well, let me tell you something. I like to overcomplicate the web.
I am taking down Dev Ed today in a CSS battle.
Web Dev Simplified challenged me to a CSS battle. I'm gonna take him down, boy. You know how? You see his hairstyle. It's a bit too perfect. He's taking too much time with that. Look at this. I've been practicing. That's how you know I've been practicing. I'm gonna take you down, boy.
Welcome back to Web Dev Simplified. My name's Kyle, and my job is not to complicate the web for you. So before we get started, I really quickly want to explain the rules of this challenge. Essentially, we need to try to create this target output you can see on the right-hand side here using the code editor on the left. And as you can see, when I change things, you can see it changes inside this output section right here. Now, the goal is to try to complete this as quickly as possible. That's the only goal. There are no other rules. Just complete the task as quickly as possible within a maximum time limit of 10 minutes. So we have 10 minutes to create this target output, and whoever gets it first is crowned the winner. Now, if neither of us finish the task at the end of 10 minutes, whoever is the closest to completing at the end of those 10 minutes is going to be crowned the winner. It's a best 2 out of 3. Also, to make things a little bit easier for you to follow along with, I'm going to be putting a timer right here above my camera so you can see how much time has elapsed. And to the left of my camera, I'm going to be showing you what the other person's output looks like. So if I'm currently programming, you'll see Dev Ed's output down here. And if he's the one currently programming, you'll see my output down here. So you can really compare where we are at the exact same point in time. With that said, let's get started. Okay, so the very first thing we got to create here is this yellow shape. So I think I'm just going to stick with a div that's going to be a rectangle for that. So let me get my color copied over. There we go. And then I'm also going to do my body here. I'm going to set it to this background color here. There we go. Just so at least I got the colors in place. And now if I look at this, I like to use this diff mode. It's actually really nice for setting everything up. So if I set the width to this to be about maybe 150, that looks to be about right. And we'll do 150 on the height too. And I'm going to say that the position of this is going to be absolute. I'm just going to say left is like 100 pixels. Looks like maybe 150, 125. There we go. That looks, actually, I think it's about 120. There we go. And then I just need to make it about 10 pixels wider. That is the exact right width. Now we'll get the top in here. Let's do 100 pixels. That's too far. 80 pixels, 70. 70 looks like it's the right height, but I have it too tall. Essentially, I want this to end right at that, like, where the two circles converge on each other. I'm going to change the height to 100 pixels, 120. Ooh, that actually looks like, I think, the right height right there. So we'll do 120, and then I just need to round it. So we'll say border radius. I think it's actually border top left radius. And we'll set that to, I think it's like 50%. Maybe not quite 50%. We'll say like 999 pixels. That'll give me it. Ooh, that's too rounded. Let's do the same thing on the top right. Let's see what that looks like. Whoops, top right. Okay, there we go. That gives me the exact right shape. If I get rid of that diff, there we go. That looks really good. So just by doing this really large number here, essentially I said make it as rounded as possible. It's like a pill shape, essentially.
Content center, right? I want to drop it in the middle. And align items center. Cool, so that's gonna put it right there. Now it looks like we need to do something with like curving stuff, right? So this, the bottom left is pointy, right? This looks curved, and that looks even more curved. So I'd have to do it separately, right? I'd have to do a big one here. So let's do, how is this gonna work? Paste. Okay, so let's just try 10 pixels. Okay, so that does everything. 0 pixels. Okay, and then I want like 30 pixels again, right? Because this is more curved, and then 0 pixels for that bit as well. Now, how much do I actually need to curve it? Well, first of all, the size is quite off. But it looks more curved, so I'm gonna just say like 60 here, right? And then maybe like 40 here, maybe not so much, 30, like half of it probably is gonna be. And then the height's definitely bigger than that, right? 100, like 40-ish, something like that. And then the width looks quite good to me. Keep it the 100, maybe 150 here. Okay, something like that. And then I just need to move it around. And I also need 2 of these, right? So let's do that, and let's do that. And then that one's flipped over, isn't it? So we need to do basically the opposite. So I'm just gonna add a class of item. What is this? Is it an item? What do you even call it? Item 1, item 2. Let me check my time. Okay, cool. So then I'll just replace this with item 1, right? And then we'll grab item 2. And then we'll just... Well, it's gonna have the same properties as well, but the border is gonna be 0 here, right? And then 60 here, and then 0 here, and 30 there. Oh, that looks like it's getting quite close.
So now I need to get these 2 bottom sections, so I'm gonna need 2 more divs for that. So I'm gonna give this one a class of top, change this to top, and then I'll say left, going to be this one here. Left, there we go. So for this left one, I want to do a lot of the same stuff here. So I'm just going to copy all of that. The top is going to be 120 plus 120, we'll say 240 for now. That's the left, sorry. Top 240 for now. That's too far. We'll just make it 200. There we go, for now. The width on this is going to be half of the width of the other one, so we'll say 80 pixels. And the height is going to be rather small. It's only like 40 pixels maybe. Yeah, and I think if I just make the top a little bit smaller, like 190, and I make the left quite a bit bigger, we'll say 100, 20, there we go. That lined up perfectly. So now the border on the, what do we want? The top right, and we want the bottom right. Oh, we don't want anything on the top, actually, just the bottom right. There we go, we got that shape right there. And now the left side is going to be essentially the exact same thing, but coming from the right instead of the left. So I'm gonna set this to right. I'm gonna set this to left. And that did not seem to do it. Oh, probably because I don't have a class on here. Right, there we go. And I'm going to submit that. And there we go, we got a perfect 100 score.
We could add like a position, you know, relative to this. And we can move it with position absolute. I'm not sure if that's the best way to do, but I mean, it's gonna work. I need to close. See, I haven't written CSS in ages because I keep... Oh, where did that go? Left 20, and let's see if I do 20 pixels. Oh yeah, okay, that's moving it, right? 30, 60, okay, cool. Let's do like 50, and I'll add the same to this as well. Whoops. We'll do right. Oh yeah, there we go. And we'll just move them closer together, and we'll hope it works out. It don't work out. Okay, this curve looks like it needs a bit more as well. So we can do something like... Let's try like 80. Yeah, something's not right here. Zero. Okay. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Okay, let's just move them closer together. Because let's just... I think if we... How much time do I have? Fuck.
One eternity later.
Just guess it, I hope it works out. See, it's a bit down as well. Time. half of it. I've got to stop it there. But yeah, yeah, probably should have curved this around more and figured out a way to properly position this. Damn, you what? Damn, I'm gonna submit, but that's gonna be like whatever the score is.
Okay, so we got to make 4 ice cream cones essentially. I'm gonna get started with the body because that is obviously the easiest way to get lots of points at the start. There we go. And for my actual thing, what I want to do is I want to kind of have like a transform that goes around the very center here and just rotates these 4 objects around. I think it's possible. I don't know if it's going to be saving me a bunch of time, but I think it's the coolest way to do it. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to give this a class of cone because I want all of these to essentially share the same styles. Cone. And the cone is going to be composed of 2 parts, actually, I think. I'm going to have... Actually, no, I might be able to do it. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to do it with 2 parts. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's going to be 2 parts. Anyway, let's get this started by saying that the left is going to be 200 pixels, height 100 pixels, width 100 pixels. I don't know why I always remove those. Let's get the background in here. There we go. Position, absolute, perfect. And I think what I want to do actually here is do some cool translate stuff. So we can say translate, we want to actually I'm going to do a rotate and a translate. So we're going to rotate it like 30 degrees and translate it. I'm going to make this actually a little bit easier to see. So it's going to be, yeah, there we go. Okay, so that lines up with this ice cream cone, I believe. And I want the transform origin to be on the far left in the center. There we go. And let's set the top here to 200 pixels. Apparently it's not as tall as that. 100 pixels. I'm going to get rid of my rotate here for now. 150 pixels. There we go. Okay, so now let's set my rotate back up. Left center does not look like it's rotating around the spot that I'm thinking of. Center. I want it to be the left. I want it to be the top as well. Bottom, center, 0, 0. What am I even trying to do? Essentially, I'm trying to rotate it so that it lines up with this ice cream cone right here, but I don't know. Left center, I think, is correct. And then I just need to do a translate as well. Let's see, like 20 pixels. 10. And my rotate maybe is not right. Maybe it's 25 degrees or 20 degrees. Maybe this was a terrible idea to try to do it this way. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is seeming difficult.
And we'll give this a class of like shape. Cool. All right, so let's copy paste this 4 times. That looks good to me. So we probably won't need, let me just make this really small here. Because we're gonna need 4 of these. I'll just add a margin of like 10 pixels just to separate them a wee bit. Cool. Okay, so let's just grab the body here. We'll do a display flex. Because I want to just put them in the middle first. So justify content is center and align items center. Cool. Done. Look at that. Cool. God damn. Okay. So that's one. Now they're all, of course, like they're gonna go down like this, right? Which is fine. Now the structure is good, but something's not good. So this is like the container, right? So maybe flex is gonna be a bit more complicated because I need to do a div and then 2 divs here and display flex them. So that's quite weird. So I'm just gonna try to do it with grid. So let's add a class of like container to this or something. Container, and then go down here and do container like that. Display grid. Cool. Okay, let's do grid template color. columns. Cool. So we need 2 columns, right? So let's do 100 pixels, 100 pixels. Oh, okay. That's cool. And then we'll change this to shape, right? Because that's a div as well here. So it's gonna render out another width and height in the background with it. So let's not do that. Cool. All right, so we have 2 rows, and then we can do grid, template, sorry, columns, and then rows, right? So let's do 50, 50. Okay. The question is, why do I only have 2 shapes? I think it's because of the gap, right? Grid, what is the gap, 10 pixels? Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so that's it. So we probably need a gap here, right? Like 20 or something. Okay, 30. We can also customize like grid row gap if I want to specify the gap in between that. So like 10, and then I can do grid column gap as well. Okay, damn, I'm 4 minutes in. This doesn't look anything like it, does it?
Translate is a little bit off. Like 12 pixels, there we go. My width needs to be a little bit wider, I think. My height, sorry, so like 45. And then let's change our width to like 40, 20, 25. 25. Is like maybe right. And let's do border, radius. Get that pill shape in there. I want this to be only on the top left and the top right. Nope, actually the bottom left. There we go. Got it as a complete mess. Maybe this whole transform, translate crap is not a good idea. Yeah. And it looks like maybe 30 degrees or 25 degrees is maybe correct. And let's just set the top and left. So we're like 220, do 10. And the top is like 140 or 160, 155. Wow, this is tough to get these to line up properly. I'm gonna go back to what I had where it was in the dead center. I think this is 25 degrees. Maybe for now, I'm gonna get rid of the rotating. And I'll just make it, I guess I've already kind of made it. So I could do like cone after to do the triangle shape section. So we could say width 100 pixels, height 100 pixels, and I'm already through half my time and I haven't even gotten anything done. Background is that. Content. Let's see here. I'm not even showing up.
Let's do a border right. The 45 pixels solid. And let's grab this white color. Okay. So that's one. Let's also do a border bottom. I'm just gonna add border to everything. 40 pixels solid. And we'll grab this color again. Okay. Actually, maybe it should be this color. And then this color should also be in the background. What is going on? Okay, cool. Where am I getting that orange from? Oh. Oh, okay, there we go. Should I make this white too? Hold on. Okay, cool. So let's do that, and I just want the border bottom to show up like that. Oh, okay. That's not bad. How the hell am I supposed to get this shape? I cannot tell where that orange is. Oh, is this the one? Oh yeah, there we go. I'm like, I don't know where that orange is coming from. Okay, so we got the... We're kind of getting the shape a little bit. Like 45? Okay, and this is too long then. So the width shouldn't be... Yes, like something like that, right? 40. Oh, I guess I could just remove the width, right? And keep that. And then we're just working with borders. Yeah, that could work. What about the height? Since it's border, see, it doesn't really add anything to the height. Yeah, so let's just get rid of that too. Well, not looking too bad. Let's get rid of the margin as well.
Well, let's just create another element. Tone bottom. So we'll say dot bottom is equal to that. Then we're going to wrap these inside of a div class wrapper. There we go. Indent this just for my OCD. There we go. The wrapper is going to have all the positions. So that position, that position, that position. There we go. So now this box, I need to give it a position absolute, just like the cone, so they kind of can stack over top of each other. Give this a left of 20 pixels. That's how tall my thing is, right? Oh no, 25 is how tall it is. There we go. Then I want this to have a border, which is like 100 pixels, solid, transparent. There we go. No width, no height. Oh, no background. Border on the right, actually border left. Color going to be this color. There we go. And now it's obviously way too big, so let's do like 25 pixels, 23. I think that's about right. 24, no, 23 is definitely right. And then border left width is like 100 pixels. Way too big, but 50, yeah, 50 looks pretty close, honestly, once I rotate everything. So now we can try getting all this rotate stuff to work that I was unable to do before. Move it all from here. So rotate it 25 degrees, 20 degrees. Okay, 20 degrees actually looks like it's lined up really well. Translate it 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Now let's rotate it a little bit more, 22, 23, 24. Ah, man, rotating things is so finicky. Especially when you have to do translates as well, and then you got the transform origins to worry about. Maybe we'll do center and center. 1 pixel solid black. Oh duh, because all those things are not taking up any space, so obviously this doesn't show up as anything. So I don't even need this transform origin, that doesn't make a difference. Let's remove our translate for now. Let's get our rotate correct. That it should be rotating in the correct direction. Oh, but everything is like, so our box is here, these things are down here. I need to offset them. So we should do a translate negative 50%, negative 50%. I think I need that on both of these. Not quite, not quite. Obviously, that was not a good idea. But I essentially want to move them up. That's an interesting question.
Now, why is this not perfectly centered there? That's the question. Is it because of the row gap? No. Weird. Border radius. Let's try this. Let's do 50, 0, 0, 50. That's not the shape I wanted to go for. I'm just trying to get one end here, like this one, right? 90, 150. That looks so weird, doesn't it? That looks awful. 60. Ugh. Oh, then I need to like turn these over, right, and flip them around as well. Oh gosh. Okay. I need to individually select them as well. Shape 1. Shape 3. Shape 4. Cool. All right. Let's change this 60. Does anyone actually like sit down and does this for fun? I'm gonna go do some CSS battles. Maybe they do, I'm sorry. I have 2 minutes. How the hell am I gonna do this in 2 minutes? Okay, so you'd like do, right, like shape 1, and then you do like a transform rotate or something maybe. Like 180, right? Oh! That's the idea behind it, at least. It's just the border radiuses and the sizes are quite off, right? Yeah, something's off here. Ooh. All right, I think I'm gonna call it there because I'm at 9.5 minutes. I think I was on the right idea, but damn, yeah, there's no way I could done this in 10 minutes. I need to find time with the proper shape, but that was a good one. Good one. All right.
I guess I could just change this to be like 140, 30. Get my rotate back to 25, because I think 25 is actually the right number. And let's just bring the translate in here. 20 pixels, 20 pixels. Oh, I'm so close. 22. 2, and that's too far down. So 20 there, 20 there. Let's see, which direction does it need to go? 25. 9. I'm going too far, not far enough. This should be like 19. Oh, did I make my thing too big, too wide? Yeah, it looks like I made it a little bit too wide. I'm at the 10 minutes anyway, so let me just submit this and see. This is going to be a terrible score. 95.3, I'll take it, but man, it's bad. Okay, so it looks like we have to make a lamp. That shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. I'm going to get started by putting a class on here before I forget. So we'll just say that this is going to be the post, for example. We'll start with the post. So dot post. And I'm going to copy the color. I'm going to set that color. Here, the width is quite small, and the height is like 100 pixels. Don't know why I deleted that. Let's get that diff mode back in place. I like to position pretty much everything absolutely in CSS battles. So we'll do absolute. Top is going to be, actually, we'll just say bottom is 0. And the left is going to be about 100 pixels, 200 pixels, 190 pixels, 195. There we go. Hey, and I actually got the width correct. The height is just a little bit big. There we go. That's the perfect width and height. So now let's work on the top section.
We'll do background. Sorry, on the body. We'll grab the body and we'll drop a background color of that. Cool. That should be it. And next up, we'll change the color of this div as well. So let's do a background of that. Cool. That's a good step. And this is basically the top bit of it, right? So I'll just call this top. Is that confusing? It is, but whatever. Deal with it. We'll grab top. Okay, so we need to basically put this in the middle again, right? Kind of looks, doesn't really look like it's in the middle. Let's do display flex. Yeah, I need to keep closing these, otherwise it errors out. Let's do, so it is justify center. That looks like it's in the middle. Justify content center. Cool. But it doesn't look like it's all the way in the center here. So just do like a margin top of 20 pixels. 50, 60, let's keep moving it. That still looks like it's a bit up. How do you do the difference thingy? Ah, that's helpful. Ooh, it's not like 91. No, it looks like 90. Cool. Okay, and then I assume that I just need to like round these off, right? If I do like border, so radius? Oh no, I'm not doing radius because I'm not creating curves. So just border, let's do border left, and I'll just add like 50 pixels solid. So there's the border, and then we'll paste in this color. Okay. And I'll just copy paste this, and I think I'll just do the same one to the right, because these should have the same sizes. Right. Oh. Why you do this to me? Right. Okay, so that's and then we can make it bigger down here, right? So let's copy these again, and we'll do, how do you do, hey Siri, how do you do border bottom? I just answered my question. Border bottom. Bottoms up, boys. 80. How does that work? Because I need to do border bottom. I need to do a different size here, right? 100. Why does that not work?
Well, let's get our background color going because we might as well do that. There we go. So now we at least have all that correct. So all we have left is this section here. I'll just say top, because that is what we are designing here. Get a div, top. Yeah, I'll close that off. I'm gonna copy all these styles because it's gonna be pretty similar. I'm gonna copy over that color. There we go. Oops. Oh yeah, duh, it's just overwriting my post. That's why it's doing that. Okay, so the bottom here is going to be just our height, so 90 pixels. And then our width is going to be pretty large, 100. Do that diff mode again. And then our left is obviously going to be smaller, so we'll try 100, 20, 30, 40, 35. Ooh, even that doesn't quite line up. 36. Maybe 35 is correct. See here. It looks a little bit long at 35, so we'll try 32. Oh wait, I need to go the opposite direction. Duh. 36. That looks like it's lined up pretty perfectly. Yeah, we'll do 36. And then for our width, we got like 120, 130. There's gonna be like 127, 28, 9, oops, 29, 28, 27. I think it needs to be 128. It's kind of annoying that these sizes are this way. That's a little bit strange. Okay. There we go. And then the height is going to be like 150, 20. There we go. It's 120 tall. So now I just need to figure out how to get it so it's not a rectangle, obviously.
Oh, let me change the width of this as well. Like 60? 65? That looks good to me. And we'll get rid of this. Cool. Let's get rid of this. Ah, I think I know what it is. I think it's my the color, right? I think that's the issue that's going on here. What color does the border have? It has the orange one. That's it. So let's copy that over. Ah, uh-huh. Okay, cool. That's not what I was expecting. Ah, if I add it to the border. Oh! Well, we getting somewhere. So what's the sitch? Is it the sizing? 40? 30? 30. Okay. 50? Oh yeah, there we go. 60. 70. And also the question is, how do I change the height of this? Because it's quite big right now, right? It doesn't look too good. $70. Whoop. Okay, feel like I'm getting there somehow.
I wonder if it actually be possible to do this with a border and then cut off the top of it to make that triangle shape. That might be one way to do that. So I'm going to just copy this down and we'll say top border. I'm going to comment out this for now. And I'm just going to copy it down because we're going to do something kind of similar, but I'm actually going to be using it. There we go. I'm just keeping old code around in case I want to use it. So here, instead of doing this, I'm going to do border is going to be, what did I say? It's 128 wide, 120 tall, 128 pixels, transparent, solid colored. And then the border bottom color is going to be this background color. Here we go. And we can get rid of the width, height, and background. Now we have a triangle. It's too large by about double. So this should probably be, what is half of that? 64. Okay, so now it's the right size. So now I just need to make it so that it's taller. So my border bottom size, I think is what it's called, should be like 200 pixels. Let's see, is this actually doing what I want? No, it's not. Oh, width, duh. Not size, width. There we go. So now I just need to tweak this number until it shows up exactly like I want it to. So I want the, right now it is too sharp. So it needs to be like 100 something, 150, 60, 70, 80, 90. Oh, maybe it does need to be larger. So 210, 20, 30. Ooh, that's really, really close. I need to maybe move it to the left like 1 pixel. 137, or sorry, yeah, 135. Maybe this needs to be like 235. Yeah, we'll say 235 on that. And then this top section, all I need to do is I'll use top here instead of bottom and set it to 0. The background color is going to be the same as my normal background. So there we go. Yeah, that's the right color. Z index is 100, just so it shows over top, as you can see. And now I just need to tweak my height to make it the right height. So like 100 pixels. Get back into diff mode. 90. There we go, 90 is right. So let's see if this is actually close enough. Submit. Sorry, submit. Come on. Oh, there we go. Just barely close enough.
I'm just messing with this, see what I can do. Yeah, this portion looks fine to me. Ah, okay, I'll just get rid of that bit and then margin top. Oh, nah. Can I just do just align item center here? That should do it. Oh, that's pretty damn close. The top bit here is still a bit off. Let's do 31. Oh, that's pretty close. Okay, cool. And then for the bottom, that should be easy, right? We can make a div, and then I'll add a class of the bottom bit. Cool. So let's do bottom bit. Oh, okay, cool. So it has this color here. So we can do background of this color. Cool. We'll add a height to it. And a width to it. Probably really small. Oh, much bigger height than that. Still like 100, 200. Okay, maybe not that big. Like 100's fine. Looks a bit thick to me. Oh, actually looks about the same. And then align item center. We'll just do a position absolute for this, left 50%, and then bottom, that should be 0, right? Because we're sticking it at the bottom there. Oh, transform, translate, drop it in the middle, boy. There we go. Cool. Can I just do like a Z index on this and call it today? I don't even care if this code's longer. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna submit that. Cool. Yay, we did it.
Thank you so much, Ed, for coming and doing this challenge with me. It was a ton of fun, but there can only be one winner, which means I think I am the new most gorgeous friend on the internet.
Seriously, I want to thank Kyle for having me on the channel. I appreciate it. I'm definitely not a CSS expert. I also want to say that I have a full stack course coming out soon. It's a little plug that I want to put in there. I'm really excited about that because I'm really excited about full stack web development with like Next and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to check that out, check it out on my channel. And that's it. I'm being cheeky.
Definitely go check out Ed's course. He makes incredible stuff. And if you want to check out a course on CSS, I have a full CSS course you can check out. And also I have a completely brand new React course that I'm working on right now. It should be out when this video comes out, or it'll be coming out very soon. So make sure you check that out because it's brand new and is massive.